I've reviewed the SSL UC1 in the past, and since that review, it's gotten a lot more useful. So I wanted to share my top 5 reasons why you might want to get the SSL UC1 and use it. Now, if you aren't aware, this is a plugin controller, so it controls plugins. And when it was first released, you could only control the SSL native channel strip. Then they released the channel strip 4KB, and it also came with the bus compressor as well. Then they released another channel strip that you had to pay extra for. So there was only a few plugins that you could actually control with it, and they were great. It was still an excellent workflow, but now they've opened things right up and you can control any plugin with this. It doesn't matter if it's a channel strip, it could be a compressor, an EQ, reverb, delay, distortion, whatever you want to control, you can do that with this now. And there are mappings already for a few of the popular plugins, but it's so easy to set this up and adjust these knobs to control whatever settings in any of the plugins that you want to use it with. And to set this up with any plugin, we'll just load this SSL 360 link onto whatever track we want, click on Configure Link, and then we want to go to Plugins over here. And you'll have to scan for your plugins when you first launch this. And let's just say I want to go with, I don't know, let's see what's in here. Maybe I want to add this Galaxy Tape Echo. So I'll just click on that. And there is the user interface for the Galaxy Tape Echo. And then we'll click on Mapping here. Then I can just click on this low pass filter if I want to use that to control anything. And then maybe I want to use that for the big knob there. And now it's controlling that. Maybe I want to use this one for this. And now it's controlling that. So it's super easy to set this up with whatever plugin you want to use it with. And you can easily save this. So all those settings get saved and you can load it up again and again and again. Now let's move on to reason number 2. And that's the plugins that you actually get with this. This is the 4KB channel strip, and this is a really nice, colorful channel strip plugin. It has this drive setting right in the middle that I really like. And then it has your typical SSL channel strip controls. We can control it by using our UC1 controller. And these are mapped perfectly right out of the box. It gives you that console-like feel right out of the box when you're working with this. And the other one we get with this is the channel strip 2. And again, we can control that one very easy. It's set up right out of the box, giving us that console-like workflow. Now we'll also look at the bus compressor. It's the famous SSL bus compressor. It really sounds great. Now, my third reason why you might want to get a UC1 is that hands-on feel that you get. You don't even need to look up at the screen to see what you're doing. All of your information is here. Now, above this blue line on the screen there, that is the track that you're controlling with the channel strip controls. And you'll notice when I change a setting here, you can see the settings on the screen. It changes to whatever setting I'm adjusting. Then under that blue line, that is the center controls here, or the bus compressor controls. And we can change which one we're using just by using this dial here. And the same with the channel strip. We can change which channel strip we're using just by using this dial. And then you'll see I have it on the kick because I have it on every single track in here and I can control it. And same with the center section. I have it on my master, my drum bus, my bass bus right now. Yes, you can achieve the exact same settings using your mouse and looking up at the screen. But what I find is when I'm using this, I'm using my ears. I'm not looking at the screen. I'm not even really looking at this little screen down here. I'm turning the knob, using my ears, and I'm probably going to come up with a different set of settings compared to if I was using my mouse, because I'm really relying on my ears for this. I really like the console feel that you get when using the UC1 and the fact that I can just focus with my ears and not so much with my hand and eye. So now let's move on to reason 4, and that's the virtual console. So if we press the 360 button on our controller here, it's going to bring up our virtual console, and we can make this full screen and we can see all of our tracks in here. You can see some of them have that 4KB and some have the native channel 2 on there. You can even see I have a Brainworks channel strip on here. So even the non-SSL channel strips show up in this virtual console. And what I like about this is I can just look at this console and not even be in my DAW, and I can adjust settings this way. So let's say I want to go to my kick drum. I'll just turn that. I can see on the screen it's on my kick drum. I can press play, and maybe I want to solo it. And now I'm just soloing my kick drum, just like if I was using a console. And I can just move this to whatever track it is I want to control. And that really gives you a nice hands-on feel without being in your DAW. You're not using your mouse. You're just controlling things right in here. And it's so nice to use. Now, what about hitting play and stop and maybe adjusting where you are in the song? You can do that right in the virtual console because there are some very basic transport controls built into the UC1. So if I want to access those transport controls, I just press this button in, and you'll see here that this back arrow is now stop. And if I press confirm, that's play. And if I want to adjust where I am in the song, I can now use this wheel, and you'll notice on the screen, it changes where I am in the song. You're really in a virtual console when you're using the UC1, and if you pair it with something like the UF8 or another DAW controller, it really gives you that console-like feel. I really like the UC1. I loved it before, and now I really love it that I can use any plugin with it. It is such a cool idea. And if you want to check out the UF8, which I do recommend pairing with it, click this video on the screen right here. And if you liked this video that you just watched, please give it a thumbs up. Also, subscribe to the channel for more videos like this. Thank you so much for watching. For Audio Tech TV, I'm Zane. Keep creating. Fist bump. Thumbs up.